Allison. I'm Mrs. Weiss, and I'm going to read you a story today. Behind me, you'll see, well, maybe, I don't know, she's hiding right now, but my turtle, she's a box turtle. Her name is Gary. I know, her name is Gary. But anyway, she's hiding right now, but she may come out. I figured maybe she'd like the story as well. But today I'm going to read David's Father by Robert Munsch. He's one of my favorite children's authors. And, well, let's get started. Okay, David's Father. Here's the title and the cover. I'm going to show you the pictures while I read. All the words are on the opposite pages, so you get to look at the lovely pictures while I read. Fabulous. So, Julie was skipping home from school. She came to a large moving van. A man came out carrying a spoon, only it was as big as a shovel. Another man came out carrying a fork, only it was as big as a pitchfork. A third man came out carrying a knife, only it was as big as a flagpole. Yikes, said Julie. I don't want to get to know these people at all. She ran all the way home and hid under her bed until dinner time. Those are some pretty big things they're carrying. I think that might scare me. I might run home and hide too. What do you think you would do if you saw those things? Something to think about. The next day, Julie was skipping home from school again. A boy was standing where the moving van had been. He said, "Hi, my name's David. Would you like to come and play?" Julie looked at him very carefully. He seemed to be a regular sort of boy, so she stayed to play. There's Julie, and there's David. He seems a pretty regular sort of boy. Maybe she made a new friend. Sounds pretty nice. At 5 o'clock, from far away down the street, someone called, "Julie, come and eat." "That's my mother," said Julie. Then someone called, "David!" "That's my father," said David. Julie jumped up in the air, ran around in a circle 3 times, and ran home and locked herself in a room till it was time for breakfast the next morning. I think she put all that stuff stacked up in front of her door. I think she was a little frazzled, a little on edge. I think it scared her a bit. The next day, Julie was skipping home, and she saw David again. "Hi," he said. "Julie, do you want to come over and play?" Julie looked at him very carefully. He seemed to be a regular sort of boy, so she stayed and played. When it was almost 5 o'clock, David said, "Julie, please stay for dinner." But Julie remembered the big knife, the big fork, and the big spoon. "Well, I don't know," said Julie. "Maybe it's a bad idea. I think maybe no. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye." "Well," said David, "we're having cheeseburgers, chocolate milkshakes, and a salad." "Oh," said Julie, "I love cheeseburgers. I'll stay. I'll stay." She must really like cheeseburgers. So they went into the kitchen, Julie and David. There was a small table with cheeseburgers, milkshakes, and salads. On the other side of the room, there was an enormous table. On it were a spoon as big as a shovel, a fork as big as a pitchfork, and a knife as big as a flagpole. "David," she whispered Julie, "who sits there?" "Oh," said David, "that's where my father sits. You can hear him coming now." David's father sounded like this. Boom, boom, boom. There's David and Julie, and there's their table. And there's David's father's table. Look at all that food up there. He opened the door. David's father was a giant. On his table, there were 26 snails, 3 fried octopuses, and 16 bricks covered with chocolate sauce. Do you think you could eat all that food? I don't think I could eat all that food. I don't think I would want to eat that. Ugh. David and Julie ate their cheeseburgers, and the father ate the snails. David and Julie drank their milkshakes, and the father ate the fried octopus. David and Julie ate their salads, and the father ate his chocolate-covered bricks. There's one of those great big forks. But it looks just right in his hand. Remember how big it was when they were carrying it in? It was so big compared to Julie. David's father asked Julie if she would like a snail. Julie said no. David's father asked Julie if she would like an octopus. Julie said no. David's father asked Julie if she would like a delicious chocolate-covered brick. She said no, but please, may I have another milkshake? So David's father made her another milkshake. Look how little that milkshake looks in his fingers. But it's just right for Julie. When they were done, Julie said very softly, so the father couldn't hear, "David, you don't look very much like your father." "Well," said David, "I'm adopted." "Oh," said Julie. "Well, do you like your father?" David said, "He's great. Come for a walk and see." So they walked down the street. Julie and David skipped, and the father went boom, boom, boom. They came to a road that they couldn't get across. The cars would not stop for David. The cars would not stop for Julie. The father walked into the middle of the road. He looked at the cars and he yelled, "Stop!" The cars all jumped up into the air, ran around in a circle 3 times, and then went back up the street so fast they forgot their tires. There they are, all going down the street without the tires, and the tires just bouncing away. And there's David's father. Julie and David crossed the street and went into the store. The man who ran the store didn't like serving kids. So they waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then David's father came in. He looked at the storekeeper and said, "These kids are my friends." The man jumped up in the air, ran around the store 3 times, and gave David and Julie 3 boxes of ice cream, 11 bags of potato chips, 19 lifesavers, all for free. Julie and David walked down the street and went around a bend. There were 6 big kids from 8th grade standing in the middle of the sidewalk. They looked at David. They looked at Julie. They looked at the food. Then one kid reached down and grabbed a box of ice cream. David's father came round the bend. He looked at the big kids and he yelled, "Beat it!" They jumped right out of their shirts. They jumped right out of their pants. They ran down the streets in their underwear. Julie ran after them, but she slipped and she scraped her elbow. David's father picked her up and held her. Then he put a special giant bandage on her elbow. Julie said, "Well, David, you do have a very nice father after all. But he is still kinda scary." Can you think of some of the things he did that would make Julie think he's kind of scary? I can think of a couple. But Julie's right. He is a very nice father after all. David said, "You think he's scary? Wait till you meet my grandmother." Wait, who do you think this is? Well, I hope you enjoyed the story, David's Father, by Robert Munsch. Never did get to see my turtle, Gary. She decided to keep on hiding. That's okay. When we come back to school, you'll have to come up and visit me, room 201. I do have pictures. I miss you all. Come and see me sometime. Bye-bye, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.